If you're a freeway fan, we're just east of the 405. One of the modern jewels of the NFL. Beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Houston Texans and the Los Angeles Rams. On the Texans sideline, head coach DeMeco Ryans. On the other side, Super Bowl winning coach Sean McVay, the coach of the Rams since 2017. So what lies in store for these teams this season? The talking's done. We're about to find out. It's Week 1, and off we go on EA Sports. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Rams once again led by Matthew Stafford at quarterback. First 12 years with Detroit, his 5th year with the Rams, including a Super Bowl championship, winning Super Bowl 56. The #1 overall pick all the way back in 2009.
Mike, as I think back to opening...
And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 74 yards. Touchdown, Rams. The veteran Nick Folk here for the extra point. He's got it. And the Rams have their first lead of the new year. They're up 7-0 here in the season opener. After the touchdown, out is Folk to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. Now an opening past the 30. And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. So out come the Houston Texans, and Greg, it is one of the good quarterbacks in the league. Offensive Rookie of the Year, #2 pick in that 2023 draft. Year 3 for C.J. Stroud out of Ohio State.
Mike, isn't there just something different about Week 1 of the NFL season? I mean, after months of anticipation, it all gets settled on the field. New coaches, new teams, rookies playing their first. Time. Man, it's just an exciting time of year, and I'm pumped to be calling it alongside you.
They'll go play action with Stroud. Open man, downfield, it's Nico Collins. And he will get into the end zone. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Houston. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Fairbairn, good on the point after. And the Texans come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. So, Greg, here come the Rams, and for a minute there in the offseason, maybe this would have looked very differently, but Matthew Stafford is back, Sean McVay is here, and I don't know about you, but when I see those two together, I get worried if I'm on the other side of the field.
And I'll tell you what, you think back just a couple years ago, they swing for the fences, Mike. They do the blockbuster trade to get Stafford from Detroit to L.A., It leads to a Super Bowl and then some tough times. They kind of fell into a little bit of a ditch trying to rebuild that roster that they mortgaged the future on. And I think what really gets your attention the most, for as good as Cooper Kupp was, now he's gone, as good as Puka Nacua is, and the offense now going to run through him, it's that defense, Mike. I mean, these young defenders they have on that side of the ball, they're fast, they play physical. I think it's now turned into a little more of a defensive-led team, which is hard to believe when you're talking about an offense led by Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay.
This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
These negative runs, they just make everything for the play caller that much more difficult, Mike. So they've got to find a way to be more efficient on these early downs, meaning first and second down, because if not, you find yourself the entire game in third and pass, and that's what every single defense in the league is trying to do.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Danielle Hunter. He gets in for an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. Third and long. Here's Stafford. And he's going to be out of bounds. He is well shy where he needed to get to. It'll bring up fourth down.
4-yard gain. It's fourth down.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. So here come the Texans, and Greg, this is a good run. Back-to-back division titles, back-to-back 10-7 seasons. Question now for this Texans franchise. What's the next step? How do they take the step to join the big teams in the AFC?
Well, I'm with you, and I think after the promise of 2 years ago in C.J. Stroud and that great rookie season, DeMeco Ryans' year one as a head coach, even though they won the division, Mike, there was a bit of a regression. I think anybody who watched them, anyone who studied, said this wasn't exactly the Texans, especially on the offensive side of the ball that we saw in year past. So as that division continues to get better, they're not going to have the luxury of 6 games a year where they're the better roster. So they've got to improve. They've got a new-look offense with a new offensive coordinator. What impact does that have on the development of C.J. Stroud? As C.J. Stroud develops, as he goes, the rest of that locker room and team, they're going to go right alongside him.
From the gun here on third down, it's Stroud. And they're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
Finding room across midfield. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
Taken down at the 41.
20-yard pickup there. First down for Houston.
First down, Texans.
They'll stay on the ground with Chubb. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. It's good for a Texans first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Not what you want to see quarter one of week one. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 9. From the pistol, a give to Chubb. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track, because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
From the gun, here's Stroud. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Little miscommunication there. Now brings up 3rd down. It just doesn't appear that the quarterback and the wide receiver were on the same page on that last pass.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. On play action. Stroud. That's going to be incomplete. They felt compelled to go for it on 4th and long. That was a big ask, and the defense turns them away. The Rams offense about ready to take over once more. Greg, I know you're passionate about this, the change in the evolution of the NFL the last decade, the willingness to go for it even more often now on 4th down, as we've seen here.
Yeah, I think teams just continue to understand the NFL is not about yards, it's not about time of possession, it's about generating big plays, and it's about maximizing every possession you have and sustaining the ball. So when you get opportunities at certain down and distances, at certain parts of the field, to use that extra down, it changes everything. And the last thing I'll say, Mike, it doesn't happen in a vacuum. We don't decide to go for it on 4th down, or at least I'll say the good teams don't decide to go for it on 4th down on 4th down. They knew they were going for it on 4th down 3 plays ago. They knew on 1st and 10, this was 4-down territory. So 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down, the play caller is using that information to say, if I need 4th down, I had it, so I don't need to get it all on 2nd, all on 3rd. So it changes the philosophy and the flow of the play caller, and the players are a lot more comfortable nowadays being in these situations.
Second quarter now, Rams in control of the football. They've got it facing 3rd and a yard. They'll run the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down.
That's good for Rams. 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
Rams, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They go play action with Stafford. Close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Devontae Adams. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the 41. Here's 2nd down and 2. Stafford. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. Here's 1st and 10.
A gain of 10 yards. That's another Rams first down.
The motion man is Nakua.
10 at the 30-yard line.
Here's a handoff to Williams.
The ball carrier.
And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Stafford. This one going to be sniffed out. Blown up in the backfield.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. And that is incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there. And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
This one taken at the 7. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Texans offense ready to come back out for this next possession. Greg, when you look at the AFC South, there's an appreciation for what the Houston Texans have done. A couple of different quarterbacks, a couple of different head coaches. They've really been the team over the last several years that has been the team to beat in this division. And for the others, there's been moments. The question is, what pieces can they put together to try to knock Houston off the top?
Yeah, and you know, nobody wants to be in a rebuild, right, Mike? Your coach got fired probably for a reason. You're drafted at the top of the draft order for a reason. Typically means things didn't go great. But if you're going to rebuild, I'll tell you, you want to do it in a division where there's a lot of wins on your schedule, and that's certainly the AFC South over the last couple years. So as bad as things feel if you're Jacksonville and Tennessee, the fact that there's not a big dog in your division, your ability to find yourself climbing up the ladder is not as far as away as it might seem in the moment.
And Greg, I've heard you say a bunch of times, if you have a quarterback, you have a chance. Well, both of the teams at the bottom of the division last year, Jacksonville and Tennessee, they've got #1 overall picks as their quarterbacks. One who's been around for a bit in Trevor Lawrence and one who's recently been drafted in Cam Ward. They have to be #1 overall pick performers for these teams to come challenge at the top.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And with Trevor Lawrence, Mike, we've seen him play top-tier, #1 overall, got a big new contract. I mean, we've seen him play franchise quarterback-level ball. It just hasn't been frequent enough. And then, of course, in Tennessee with Cam Ward, we're not sure what it's going to look like, but we knew in college he was incredible. So if they get the Cam Ward...
And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
C.J. Stroud sacked. Kobe Turner. A loss of 8 yards on the sack. And it's 3 and out.
They will indeed go as they look to throw.
You know, Mike, you could almost just look down in the huddle, and the players are looking at the sideline like, Coach, isn't the punt team going to come out? And the coach was having none of it. He says, no, you're staying on the field. We're being aggressive all day long, and we're going to go pick up this first down.
Here come the Rams as their offense trots back onto the field. Greg, you take a peek back and look at the NFC West in totality, you just are reminded of how quick things change. I don't think anybody in the country thought the 49ers would be the last place team in this division last year. Shows you, one, how changeable it is, but also the quality of teams in this division.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, they were the Super Bowl favorite, at least out of the NFC a year ago, and then to find themselves 6-11 at the bottom looking up, it's pretty remarkable. But to your point, Mike, it just shows health, a little bit of good fortune. The other teams in your division, if they're a little weaker, your path is stronger. There's so many elements. The way the NFL schedule is set up, it's all tied. If you're good, we're trying to bring you back down towards the middle. If you're bad, we're trying to bring you up towards the middle. It's a league of parity. It's a league of ups and downs. And the teams that can break through that and sustain success, we got to give them a lot of credit.
And what I love about this division, Greg, is the different philosophical challenges that defenses see. We know Kyle Shanahan does with the Niners, the Rams and Sean McVay always at the top end of the game. And then the unpredictability of Kyler Murray plus the physicality of Seattle has played it. You've got to have a lot of clubs in your bag to play defense in the NFC West.
Oh, absolutely. And just think even a couple years ago, it was even harder when those teams were all competing for Super Bowls year in and year out. So it's a really good division. You have to be able to play really top-tier defense, to your point, because all 6 of those games, when you play all 3 of those division rivals, it feels different, it looks different, and if you're not good, they're going to score 30 on you. So it's a big challenge. It's not a division.
Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he lost the football. The defense comes up with a play in the red zone. Those active hands get to the quarterback, knock it out, and they come up with the recovery.
Mike, we see this from time to time down here when an offense is operating in the red zone. The field shrinks, coverage gets a little bit tighter, quarterbacks tend to hold the ball a little too long, and that's exactly what came back to bite them right here.
The Texans offense going to take over just before the half. They'll begin with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Intercepted. The Rams take over 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
All right, Mike, at this point, am I allowed to call timeout? Because I would love to talk to both of these offenses. Listen, guys, ball security. Protecting the ball is the #1 rule in football. You got one side losing it on a fumble, the other side gives it right back with a pick. I mean, come on, guys. As an offensive guy, I want to see big plays. I want to see long drives, touchdowns. Not a game of hot potato, bouncing the ball back and forth.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for a Rams 1st down.
1st down, Stafford. And with just 4 seconds left in the 1st half, a timeout is called. Nick Folk now on with the field goal unit. It'll be a 35-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Rams will tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the 1st half. Just 1 second remaining in this 1st half, and they will kick it away. And he will sit on it here in the end zone for a
The
touchback.
Texans take over 1st and 10.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Stroud. Again, working deep downfield. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play here in this first half.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula as they come out for the second half. It's about to get underway. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Here's Tremon Smith on the return. He'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The Texans offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. You know, Greg, as we get the season going, obviously the adjustment to last year's new kickoff rules in place. We talked to a lot of coaches during the year. Folks didn't seem too bothered about letting the other team have the ball at the 30-yard line after a touchback. But the 35-yard line, I don't know, does that feel any different to you?
You know, it does, and I think the part that people don't talk about enough, Mike, is the impact that it's making on going for it on fourth down, not settling for field goals. Because remember, in the old days, if you got stopped inside the 5 or you scored inside the 5, it was all the difference of if I kicked a touchback, they got the ball at the 20. There wasn't that much of a spread, but now all of a sudden, is it in my best interest to settle for a field goal and kick off when I could give you the ball at the 35? Or even if I fail down there tight in the red zone on the 3, you now possess the ball inside your own 5-yard line. So I think that's an element now that's causing offenses to go for more touchdowns, kick less field goals, because the ensuing kickoff is giving my opponent the ball in much more favorable territory.
You know, the other rule that is adjusted are overtimes in the regular season will mirror playoff overtime, each team getting the ball. I'm so happy, Greg, because I just felt so incomplete when a team got to overtime, but then their offense, which may be the best part of the team, never got on the field.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree more. And you hear everyone saying, oh, well, just get a stop. Well, you know, it's that legendary game between Mahomes and Josh Allen where neither team stopped anyone. It was just an offensive.
Into space. And what an effort after the catch. He goes all the way. 91 yards. Touchdown, Houston. A huge play there. They go in the air. We only see a few touchdowns of that length all year. They go from backed up to in the end zone for a touchdown.
It is, Mike. In this case, most teams are saying, let's just pick up a first down. At the very least, give our punter some room out of the end zone. But not this guy. He's thinking taking it to distance, and that's exactly what he was able to do.
Now Fairbairn for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Texans move out in front by a point. It's 14-13. All right, Scott, thank you very much. We'll see if adjustments at halftime change the course of this one. Likely to play a big role. Who's going to walk away with a W? The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Rams offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. You know, Greg, early on, it's always new faces in different places. Off-season movement, what caught your eye?
I think there's so many good ones, right? You talk about Stephon Diggs. He ends up in New England, and Cooper Kupp now. He's moving on to Seattle from the Rams, but I think it's the guy the Rams signed to replace him, Davante Adams. I know he's not the youngest anymore, but watching him play in New York with Aaron Rodgers last year with the Jets, he can still run, he can still make every catch, he can still go up and compete at the high point. I think you put Davante Adams with Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua in that offense run by Sean McVay. I think that's a sneaky, maybe not a sneaky because he's a really household name, but I think that's a great signing by the Rams.
And always interesting from the offseason, the quarterback movement and unique ties. Some of the biggest names were or now are Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, and now the guy that is going to line up behind center for Seattle, Mike, is Sam Darnold. And, of course, we all saw that incredible season he had last year in Minnesota with Kevin O'Connell and Justin Jefferson and that really dynamic Vikings offense. So now he goes to Seattle. I think he's going to have an inspired Cooper Kupp. He was let go from the Rams. If he's healthy, he's a big weapon. Jackson Smith-Njigba, he has some pieces in that puzzle that he can push the ball downfield to. So I'm excited to see Sam. That's what everyone thought he was going to be coming out of college when he was a high draft pick of the New York Jets.
That's good for our Rams. First down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Just a really good play design that time, Mike, from the offensive coordinator. They match up one of the most explosive playmakers in the NFL with a hook curl defender, and he's just not able to match up with one of the best route runners in the league.
And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Ready. 250.
Play action now for Stafford. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
I got him. Right there, baby.
Stafford from the gun on 3rd down. To the goal line and in. Puka Nacua. Touchdown, Rams. That is 2nd touchdown now here in the season opener. On play action, it's Stafford.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this 2-point try, but the execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
Here's Smith to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. There's Nico Collins and his Texans teammates getting set for their next possession. You know, Greg, you start to think about, okay, who are the teams that didn't make the playoffs last year that have a chance this year? Look, it happens every year. We just have to identify who they are. Who are a couple top of mind for you as we start 2025?
You know, as I start in the AFC, I think the Cincinnati Bengals. And you got to think the way their season ended last year, they rattled off 5 wins straight, really on the back of Joe Burrow. We could have made the argument if they're a playoff team that Joe Burrow was the best player in the league. I mean, he was incredible. Most weeks, Mike, he single-handedly carried that offense. Now, new defensive coordinator in Al Golden coming from the college ranks. Can he just make that defense in Cincinnati average? Because if they just play a little bit better with that high-profile offense, I think they're a team. They might not win the division with Baltimore, but they're going to be close and maybe at least get one of those wild card spots.
Why don't you flip it over? Who are the guys you're watching in the NFC?
You know, I think Dallas is going to find themselves, just the fact that I know the division is difficult. Obviously, Philadelphia remains really strong. Does Washington kind of regress a little bit back now in year 2? They were the high-profile, big splash team of last year. Do they regress to the median? Time will tell. But I think healthy Dallas, healthy Dak, healthy Micah Parsons, like that roster that we saw play last year is not the roster on paper that we expected to see. So I think Dallas has a chance. I think San Francisco always is going to be a team, again, dealt with their own injuries last year with McCaffrey and all the stuff on defense. So I think San Francisco and Dallas are two perennial teams we expect to be in the playoff hunt. They missed out last year. I wouldn't be shocked to see them back in it again this year.
At the 46.
These are the impact plays that this linebacker is capable of, Mike. Not only dissecting and determining where the ball was going, but then to shoot through the line of scrimmage and make this tackle for a loss. That's a big-time play by a really good player.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Now, Stroud. And that is incomplete. Nico Collins was the intended receiver there. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
He was covered by Cameron.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
No movement from the punt team. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. Now a deep ball here for Collins.
Intended for Nico Collins. Incomplete. Result of the play is a turnover on downs.
On 1st down, it's Stafford. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
He was defended by Derek Stingley.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. Injured player after the play, and that's Matthew Stafford, who is banged up. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. Here's 3rd down and a few inches.
Let's go now.
They'll go with the sneak. And he's going to have a Rams 1st down, at least at first glance. They'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. The motion man is Nakua. 4th quarter begins, and it's a run by Williams. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
He was taken down behind
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
The blitz gets there, and he lost the football. In the pocket looking to throw the ball, but the defense was looking right at the ball. They knock it away and come up with the turnover.
Mike, we see so often a quarterback is so focused, keeping his eyes down the field, looking for one of his receivers to work himself free, that they lose track of where the defenders are. And I think that's exactly what happened here. The defender closed on him quicker than he might have thought, knocks the ball loose, creating the takeaway.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Chubb. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick 1st down.
Texans.
They run a toss to Chubb. And this time they are ready for it. Thrown for a loss. And it's 2nd down.
Taken down.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
Tackle made back at the 47-yard line.
Well, they've got him going backwards now, Mike, and this is a worrying trend. We've seen it now the last 2 plays. They have to be able to generate some leverage at the point of attack. Count on positive yardage in the run game.
He's got room at the 30. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
A gain of 29
They get
yards.
the conversion in a big way. That's good for 29 yards.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Here's the Florida Gator, Dameon Pierce.
The ball carrier.
Yeah, so I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
Time now becoming a factor as we get to 3rd down. They'll stay on the ground with Pierce. And that's not going to work either. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. It's going to bring up 4th down.
This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
Interesting call for the defense. Pressure or sit back on 4th and 5. This is caught at the 2. A gutsy call, but they pay it off. It's a gain of 17.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Here is first and goal.
All right.
No, he's not going to get in. In fact, they've shoved him backwards.
I think this is one of those cases, Mike, where simple is better than creative. They try to get fancy, and not only do they not get the ball into the end zone, they don't even get the ball back to the original line of scrimmage. We're going to see here, this could end up costing them 6 points.
Now back at the 4 for second and goal. A second effort, and he is in. Nick Chubb, touchdown Texans.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
So now an extra point really doesn't help that much. We'll try to go for 2 and make the difference 3. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay. So again, they will try for 2. This time, it comes from the 7-yard line. They'll drop to throw. That's going to be caught. They get the 2 points. Man, this could turn out to be important. The lead goes to 3 here in the 4th quarter.
Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard
So now the
line.
veteran, Matthew Stafford, and the rest of the Rams down on the scoreboard. A little over a minute and a half to go. This is only week 1 of the season, folks, as they come up with first and 10. On first and 10, oh, he can't get rid of it, and he's taken down.
And it looked like that zone coverage had his head a little bit spinning there, Mike. I'm not sure he got a real clear picture of what the defense was giving him, and as a result,
oh, the pressure too much. He goes down.
By Will Anderson.
From the shotgun, it's Garoppolo. Here we go. This is 4th down. Jimmy G working. I had to take a chance on 4th down, and it's intercepted. Picked off by C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
so all game we've seen him take the approach as just being a game manager. But one thing you have to do if that's the case is you have to protect the ball. You can't turn the ball over, especially if you're struggling to push the ball downfield. He got a little reckless that time, and the defense made him pay.
There's Nico Collins and his Texans teammates getting set for their next possession. And still 2 timeouts left for the defense, but no real need to use them. They're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. On the handoff, this is Chubb. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Now a timeout Rams, that's number 2. Get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to go in this one. They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Once again, it's Chubb. This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap. Not this one. They stop him for no gain.
This play right here is just a clear example of just how hard it is to bring this back down, Mike. I mean, he had to break multiple tackles just to get back to the original line of scrimmage. But give credit to the defense. They kept bringing bodies at him, and they're eventually able to get him down for no gain.
Here's 2nd and 9.
On the quick, right?
Here's a handoff to Chubb. He's taken down just shy of the 10. A gain of 11 on that one. First down for Houston.
You know, there's all this talk, Mike, about the value of the run game in today's NFL. You know when the run game matters? It matters right now. 4th quarter, you've got the lead. Can you lean on your running back and offensive line to close this game out?
And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's 2nd down.
14-yard line.
So it's a win here for the Texans. They move to 1-0, getting the victory to begin the new campaign. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.